Okay, good afternoon. Like they said, I'm MicheleVarney. I'm from Pike County. I teach second grade, self-contained. One thing that, you can go on to the next one. One thing that I noticed with my children coming in is that I focused on math. They were coming below level based on MAP scores and based on beginning of the year benchmarks from our Pearson that we use. On average, 60% of the children were coming below level. And then I also had a problem because this year I had 5 that were significantly above level. So problem is, how do you challenge those children while, doing remediation with these children? And I also needed to find something that would engage them, that they would really like. I have a son, I know he loves games, and I'm like, okay, started researching gaming. How could I implement that into my classroom? You can go on to the next one. You can go on to the next one. Okay, so another teacher in the building had mentioned Prodigy, and she kind of introduced me to it. And it's a math gaming site. It's totally free. There's options once you get in there for purchases, and some of my kids have purchased that, but it just unleashes extra magic spells and things like that. So basically what they do, it does a pretest, so it doesn't overwhelm them at the beginning. It'll start where, what they know. And they will have questions that pop up, and if they get it correct, they get to go cast spells, different little things, kind of like Magic Quest, do those types of things. But they get to go have a little wand, and they cast magic spells on someone they're playing with, and they can actually play with other kids in my class. So FYI, if you try this, it's loud in the classroom. So, but a problem I had was we have so many technology items that we have to do that are mandated by our school. This was something extra that I wanted to implement. Well, I only have 5 student computers. What am I going to do? So with the grant, I purchased 5 Chromebooks for my classroom, and that has been absolutely fabulous. You can go on. Go ahead. Okay, so the program Prodigy suggests that you use it for 30 minutes a week. And so unless I had a child with a lot of absenteeism, we got the 30 minutes in. And what I found was 30 minutes, if they used it just at the flat 30 minutes, I used the MAP test as their the baseline, increased their RIT score by 11 points. But if they used it 31 to 60 minutes, it went up 14, and above 60 minutes, 17. Now, most of mine did get above 60 minutes because they also had access to it at home. And like the presenter before, my kids are super competitive this year, and I have a little thing that I can go into, and it tells me a gold, silver, and a bronze each week based on how many questions they answer correctly. So on Fridays, I would award them with a paper star, and they loved it, and we're super, super competitive over that. Okay, you can go ahead. And so this is just a graphic of how it increased, how my MAP scores increased from the beginning. There was the middle and at the end. And we actually just took our end of the year test last week. So I'm curious to see how my classroom, with me using game-based learning, how it compared to the other second grade classrooms. So just curious about that. And I used it during small group time. That way they each got a rotation, so they were able to use the Chromebooks. And you can see this little guy with the pink headphones looking at this guy. And so, like I said, it's kind of loud because they can find each other in worlds. Like they'll say, hey, meet me in this world. And they can see each other and play with each other and battle each other. And get very loud doing that. Okay, you can go ahead. And this is supposed to be a video. We'll see if that'll play.
Prodigy is a game where you learn math. Sometimes there's reading, and it's better than Lexi and Reflex because people have to get minutes on this. Well, kids would like to play it more because it has game to it and math, and it helps you with math tests and computer tests and all sorts of things. And it helps you become better at math and stronger in brain math, and that's why Prodigy helps you. a lot.
I told my kids, I said, I want to interview, at least one of you and see, get your perspective, so that they'll know what, you think about it. And he had told me for like a week leading up to this, I've been practicing in the car every single morning. I've got what I'm going to say. So he was super excited. And that honestly, my boys liked it a little more than my girls, but my girls liked it too. But the boys were more competitive. My girls were like, oh yeah, I want to do Prodigy, but my boys were like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to get more questions correct. You can go on to the next slide. This one is also a little video. We don't have to watch all of it, but just to kind of show you what it looks like.
So at first you click play Prodigy. No. And this guy is right there. You type in your username, then you type in your number, then you click log in. Your guy starts to do that, then you click next and go to,
these are the worlds
you can
that
go
they
to
can
any of these worlds,
choose.
or you can click more worlds and find the world that you want, like through here. So what I usually like going to is Grumpus. I like going to Grumpus.
They all like
So
going to
it clicks
Grumpus.
connecting to Grumpus, and then it does that thing again. So then you can go to different worlds, like the map, and you can go to that. You can go in any of these except for that one, because that's where members go.
That's the extra fee.
Members are like the people that can do anything. So you can go anywhere through this.
Those
You
little
can
guys
go
moving around are
here,
actually
you can
students.
You can battle people like this guy. You can battle other pets like this. And it shows your level up there, and it shows you your level over here. I'm at a percent 32 right now, so I'm going to click switch and go to my next pet. And I'm going to do my first attack. I'm going to go Fire Rain. So it shows me a question like this. So it's 35. So I'm going to go with A. I got it correct. So this guy...
Okay, so that was just in case you're curious, and it does go beyond this type of math. So that my kids are on all different levels; they don't have to be on the same level to battle one another. Go to the next one, and it'll show. And we won't watch all this one, I promise. But go ahead and click on this. This is my two boys that are actually going to game together.
I'm already logged in, and I'm going to show you how to battle with your friends. Now all you have to do is click on your friend, and then press this button that says battle. You have to wait for your friend to press battle, and then when they press it, you have to wait a little bit before you battle. Now all you have to do is press this attack button, and you have spells. You can pick whatever spell you want. I'm going to pick this one, and I'm going to answer it now.
And so they just wait on each other to answer it.
Now I'm waiting on him to get his question done or missed.
And if they miss it, obviously that's not good because he's going to cast a spell on him. They made me record this a couple times because he did miss it the first time.
He's trying to figure out his answer.
And I got it right, so now we see the powers. So he took 110 damage away from my health.
Okay, that's good.
And I took 100.
You can go on to the next one. But they absolutely love it. Other than small group, I had to start doing it in the evening times. We would have about 15 minutes before it was time to dismiss, and I had to start rotating tables for that as well, letting them get on in addition to that. And here's a picture of my gold, silver, and bronze Prodigy winners. That's a little gal in the middle. Her head got clipped off, so my gals do like it too. Okay, you can go on. As you can see by their thumbs up, they do love it. Go on. Go ahead. And one thing that I thought was really cool as a teacher, we don't have a lot of time to go scrounge up information about our students. When you have a parent meeting, you want something that's readily available. At the end of the day, you want to be able to just look and see what your students have done. So there's 6 reports. You've got a student usage report where you can just see how long that they've used it at home, at school. Weekly activities, you can see what skills in particular they're working on and which ones they actually need some intervention with. Student progress, you can see what skills they've done, which throughout the time period. Curriculum coverage, just more about more about the standards, which standards they have covered. Topic coverage shows you their trouble spots, which was something that I found useful when meeting with a parent. Go ahead. There was another second grade teacher that was super interested once I started implementing this. Her kids would come to me during second run buses, and they would have like 10 or 15 minutes in my room, and I would let my kids get on Prodigy while they were waiting on their buses, and they conned their teacher into, got her to go ahead and make them accounts. So, and she had seen some growth in those particular students. Some first grade teachers had also used it, and then I also shared during math PLCs. You can go ahead. All right. And do you have any questions? All right. Yes.
Oh, is the gaming thing, is it going to be like public where they can play with people from all different schools, or is it just your class thing?
There are people from other schools that are on that. Now, then they can't message each other because that was a concern I had at first. Afraid that, they would, you don't want them to chat or anything. They just battle, so yeah, they can. They mostly want to do it with their classmates, though, because they want to, demolish their classmates. All right, thank you.